Hello and welcome to PixelPia. Today's video will be a little bit different, and that is all my fault. I have had so much to do and so little time to research. I am ready to start a new mini-series, but because life sometimes gets in the way, I haven't had enough time this week. So instead, I am gonna use one of my live streams I did 2 months ago, where I talked about AI in Google Apps. I talked about Bard, Google Docs, and Gmail. And I have cut out some of the best pieces from that live stream to share with you. I hope this will give you some new information. Let's dive into the clips from my live stream. I will be back at the end of this video and talk to you a little bit more about what is happening next. So over to me from July 31st this year. Today we are going to look at some of the upcoming AI functions in Google. There are 3 things we're going to look at. The first one is Google's Bard. Bard is very similar to ChatGPT. It has a couple of suggestions, but we are not going to use them. I'm going to ask Bard a couple of questions here just to show you how it works. I am expecting company unexpectedly. I have chicken, onions, and green peppers in my fridge. Suggest some meals I can make with this. Google Bard takes a little while. Chicken fajitas, chicken and pepper pasta, chicken and pepper soup, and so forth. These are good examples, but we can refine them. We can modify the responses. We can make them shorter, longer, simpler, more casual, or more professional. Let's try something else. I am starting a series about Google Calendar on YouTube. What should I include? And let's see what we get here. This can work for planning, getting ideas, and here we see basic Google Calendar tutorials for beginners, Google Calendar tips and tricks, integration with other Google Workspace apps, and so forth. We can view other drafts, and we can make it longer this time and see what happens. So there we have some tips. And as you can see, now it saves your old inquiry. That was Google Bard from July 31st. If you haven't tried that, I really suggest you should. And if you want to learn more, I have a dedicated video about Google Bard, and I will have a link to that one in the description. Now let's go back to my old clips. Now let's take a look at Google Docs, what we can use, and that is the help me write function. So we open a blank document, and since I am part of Google Labs, I have the help me write function right here. So I click on that, and let's say I need to write a letter to my boss and ask for a raise. I want to include my added education and my dedication as reasons, and create. And just like in Bard, it takes a while for it to create. Okay, here we have dear boss name. I am writing to request a raise. I have been with the company for a number of years and have consistently received positive performance reviews. I have also taken on additional responsibility. In addition to my performance, I have also furthered my education by completing, and then you put in a list of educational achievements, This education has allowed me to become more knowledgeable and skilled in my field, and so forth. If you like this, you can just click insert here. You can totally recreate it if you need another version, or you can use these refined alternatives. And if that is not what you needed, you can discard it. So there you have it. Google Bard, which is Google's comparison to ChatGPT, a multi-language model. And Google's Help Me Write, which functions in Google Docs and Gmail. As I said, these clips were from 2 months ago, which when it comes to the development of AI is a really long time. So much have happened since then, and things are still being published from Google. As I said in the beginning, I am planning a new mini-series, and you have still time to influence what I'm gonna talk about next. On my community tab, I have a poll where I ask you what you want me to focus on in my next mini-series about Google applications. I will have a link to that down in the description. If you have any other ideas than the ones I suggested in the poll, you can either leave them in a comment on this video or in a comment for my community post. Until next time, bye!